Hello, and welcome back to another video. First, I want to go over a few things, and the first thing I want to talk about is my name change on my channel. I'm sure you guys noticed, and I did that because I thought the misspelling of encrypted was a little bit weird, and I decided to change it to Encrypted Atlas, which still keeps the same general idea of the last name, but it also includes correct spelling and an actual name into the channel name, which I think really brings more to the table than the just misspelled word. So it's still original, it's still one of one. There's not any other encrypted atlases on YouTube, which I wanted to keep, but it's not misspelled and hard to find. So I think that Encrypted Atlas will be a much better channel name going forward. The second thing I want to talk about is this is going to be the last video on this part of the world. I'm going to stay on this world, but I'm going to be moving to a new area in the next episode. So I'm just going to be finishing up this build and finishing up my whole kind of base area in this episode. So I'm just going to be completing like this courtyard area, making the space more accessible, because right now you can only get here by elytra, and also doing a little bit with this interior just so it completes the build a little bit more before I move away and start a whole new world inside of this Minecraft world. The first thing that I'm going to work on in this video is actually the floor in this giant hall. The floor is going to be a basic polished basalt checkerboard pattern that crisscrosses all the way through, and I've used it in other worlds and I think it looks super cool, and I hope you guys will like it. I'm going to get a little bit of progress done with that because it's going to take a lot of basalt, and I'll show you guys what it looks like once I have a little bit of it done. The floor is coming along nicely, and I have gotten roughly halfway, I think. I'm not 100% sure, but I decided that it needed some lighting, and I thought that this would look really nice with the polished deep slate kind of stairs going around a sea lantern. It gives them a little bit of a pop, and it shows more of the sea lantern than just the block being in the ground. I think that it looks really nice, and now nothing's spawning up here because I did have a couple skeletons spawn, nothing really major, so I'm just going to keep continuing the floor. Now the whole floor is complete, but I think it's missing just a little something in the middle. That looks much better. A little bit of detail just to add a little bit something to the base. Now, on to the next thing. I want to build an elevator. Not like any fancy elevator, just a water elevator and then a drop-down chute. And I want to build it in one of these two corners, I think, but I don't know if either of them are close to a pillar. So I just gotta search for one of those. Like, where is the nearest pillar here? Oh, there's nothing anywhere near here. Maybe the other one? Two simple elevators, one going down and one going up. This one just uses a bubble column from a soul sand, and this one's just a water drop chute. So, it gets me from the ground to the base. Now you can get there without an elytra, which I thought was kind of important in case I die and then I can't get back up there. So, I have that now. I gotta fix up this whole pillar because right now it just looks like a mess down here. That looks much better. I changed out the floor for a deep slate floor. They're all sideways, so it gives this side texture instead of the top texture, which I think looks a little bit nicer than the top texture. That's just personal opinion. And then I also added this sea lantern path that goes up and into the elevators. Looks like I missed a block here. And then I just added prismarine where there was dirt before. And I patched all the holes, obviously. Now that's fixed up, and I also made a few changes up here. I fixed up the walls so that they actually extended all the way down and there wasn't that weird 2-block gap. So I fixed all that, and I think it's looking much better with just that small change. Next, what I want to work on is this little bridge right here. I want to build maybe a staircase up to here. I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to do this. I might even build a whole another floor. I don't think I'm going to do that because I just don't have that much time to finish up this episode. So I think I might just build a staircase up to this bridge and then fill in the floor in the tower. Your tower is now complete. I added in the same kind of flooring that I was doing over in the other build. I think it looks nice and I think it fits with the rest of the build, so I just kept going with it. And this thing looks awesome from inside. I cannot believe how cool it looks with the sea lanterns going in like that and the other deep slate. I think it looks super cool. And I also finished the little landing platform up here, which is just a small little section of the floor that I walled off with prismarine walls, and then there's a staircase coming up here using deep slate and the prismarine. So I think that that looks super good as well. It fits in with the rest of the build and it just adds like a little loft feeling that just adds a little bit to the base without doing the entire floor, which would have taken forever. I do want to fill in this spot, but I don't have any deep slate left. I'm basically out. Like, I have no deep slate left, except for whatever's in my inventory, which is not enough to fill that. So, I just have one thing left that I want to do on this base before I'm done with it for the foreseeable future, and that's the courtyard. I want to make it look super cool, and hey, why are these guys always here? But I realized that I don't actually have a door to the courtyard, so I'm gonna make one of those first, and then I'll start working on the courtyard itself. I worked on the courtyard quite a bit, and I made it a lot better, I think, now. Now it's not just a flat grass surface, and there's this pathway leading out, and then this is what the courtyard looks like. There's a nice line of trees over there, a little bit of bushy area right in here, and there's tall grass, but not the too tall grass. I hate too tall grass. I don't know why I hate it so much, I just do. But under all of these moss carpets, there is sea lanterns, so the whole area is lit up, and then you can follow the path down through the courtyard over to the line of trees and go look at those, or you could go over here. And I have a nice little archery setup, so you can practice shooting. I don't have a bow on me right now, but you can come back here and practice long distance shots on the target. I also put my own diamond chestplate in there because I won't be needing it. I know the title of the video may seem like I'm leaving, but I'm actually not. I'm just starting the new series, so you don't have to worry about that. Uh, but this is going to be the end of this series with this house and this base, and in the next episode I'm going to be flying far away. So one last thing that I want to do before I end this video is kind of make a little shrine to this past's playthrough. Here's just a shrine that I came up with. It's nothing too complicated. It's just my shulker boxes, my e-chest, and my armor. And it's just a little something to put in this big tower to kind of finish off this build and just to show that I am done with this part of the Let's Play, and now we're going into the new 1.20 Let's Play in the next episode. So that is going to be the end of this video. I really hope you enjoyed, and I will see you next time.